Xander, appreciate the $5 super chat. He says,
Yeah.
bro has DT 9060s and 3700 going to calibrate his setup with the U mic and RAW, but would he benefit with the mini DSP over just the Denon sub outs? Thanks.
DT, so that's a definitive technology 9060s. Are those some towers, I think?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. And a Denon 3700H.
Denon 3700. Yeah. So he's saying, would he benefit from having a mini DSP, or do you think the Denon would be just enough with the dual sub outs?
Oh, you want to take that? I know what my opinion is.
I like the U mic one, and I like RAW. But here's the thing: if you only have the U mic one and RAW, unless you purchase the MultEQ-X, or you have like a mini DSP 2x4 HD, you only have the data to know what's going on, but you need something to kind of change, I guess, like EQ and things like that. And so the 2x4 HD would allow you to do that, to time align them, to EQ them and balance those out. So I think even if you have a U mic 1 and RAW, you may or may not need to calibrate. You may look at it and go, man, we've got a flat frequency response in the room already. Most of the time, that's not the case, though. Usually, you're going to either have to move your subwoofer around the room to try to get a better response, or you'll have to use something like, the mini DSP 2x4 HD, or like I said, Odyssey MultEQ-XT, or not XT. What do they call it? The one you use.
MultEQ-X?
Yeah, MultEQ-X. Yeah, so doing like a manual calibration on that. So,
yeah, so I think people should know that the definitive technology has like built-in subs, in the towers themselves. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what he means when he's using the dual sub outs. But let me think here, because typically I would recommend the mini DSP 2x4 HD because you can basically. I'm just trying to think of what you can do on the mini DSP that you can't currently do on Odyssey. Before, Odyssey had an issue, actually. I don't know how many people know this, but unless you have the latest version of MultEQ-X, if you were to go into that editor app and adjust the curve on the bass, let's say you bumped it up, right? You're expecting more bass. There's a chance, very likely chance, that you're actually decreasing the bass somewhere else.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how many people know that, because a lot of people don't.
So that was just with MultEQ-X?
That's what the editor app.
Okay.
Because you have to keep in mind that Odyssey initially was just an auto calibration.
Correct.
There was no real way for you to go in there and change the curve until the editor app came out, and now you can start messing with the curves. But yeah, when you raise the bass, because I noticed this too. I would raise the bass and I'd go to measure afterwards. Like, that's not what I expected to happen. What's happening here? Anyway, the new version of MultEQ-X fixes that issue. And so hopefully I'll have someone from Odyssey on my channel to talk more about that in detail.
Yeah.
But it's something that was an issue before. Now that it's resolved, I'm not too sure why I would recommend a 2x4 HD unless you had more than 2 subs.
Okay.
Because you can do, well, hold on a second. Okay, I know why. You still want it because can you send? I don't think you can set independent delays. I'm trying to remember what Odyssey does.
Right. What's the difference between the two?
I'm not sure that you can do independent delays for each sub.
Yeah.
I know that you can do levels. And you can't do individual EQ. That's another thing. So with MultEQ, with mini DSP, you can set a separate EQ for one sub and a separate EQ for the other sub, and that might be handy if you're doing something like, multi-sub optimization.
So Xander did mention that he just has the subs in the tower, so he doesn't have external subs.
Okay.
So does that make a difference? Because I don't even know how those are hooked up. Are they? I think they're powered though, right? Like in the tower, it's powered
as if they were subs.
Okay. See, that part I don't know how that integrates with that.
Yeah. See, this is why I like having you guys here. Reverend Slim says you can separate delays but not separate EQ. Right. Okay. So that would be the main difference. I would say try it first. Try it with MultEQ-X, see if you're happy with the results.
Yeah.
You know, normally I would say just get a 2x4 HD, but I think with a new update, I can say try it first. If you already have it. If you have to buy it still now, yeah, I would still say buy it. I really like what MultEQ-X has done.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/daily HiFi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.